Before there were cities, before there were farms, before there were roads, there were oysters. They've been here longer than us, feeding us, protecting our coastlines, quietly building entire ecosystems, and most people don't even think about them. But I do. I think about them every day. And today, I want to tell you the story of oysters, where they came from, where they are right now, and where I believe that they're going. Oysters, man, they go way back. Way further than most people even know. We are talking millions of years. Fossils show they existed with the dinosaurs. I mean, look at that beauty. But when it comes to humans, oysters weren't just food. They were survival. The Native Americans along the East Coast depended on oysters for thousands of years. They didn't just eat them. They built massive shell mounds, some still standing today. There on the map is Turtle Rock, and then we have something called Cross Rock, where people were able to actually walk across the river from old oyster mounds. Communities were built around oysters. We actually have an oyster that we've partnered with the Marriott, and it's called Torpeyo. The name comes from the Native American tribes that sustain themselves right on this same river that we are still harvesting from today. They use this as a food source because not only was it sustainable, reliable, it was also nutritious. Fast forward to the 1800s, the New York harbor was filled with oysters. The streets used to be pearly white. They used them for roads in New York City. Little fact on the internet, I don't know if it's true, but in the 1800s, they say that in New York, almost half the food that consumed was oysters at the time. Half. Walk on down the streets of New York and pick up oysters for cheaper than bread. This was the working man's food. But here's the thing. We didn't protect them. Over-harvesting, pollution, development. By the early 1900s, the reefs were gone. Oysters went from feeding entire cities to almost disappearing in some places pretty quickly. There's the Great Oyster Wars, where they would send ships to go conquer rivers to get the precious protein out of them. I've been trying to read one of those books about that. I'm gonna look into that more. I've had a lot of people tell me about it, but it seems pretty cool, man. War over oysters? That's not vibey, but it shows how precious they were, and still are. So the popularity of the oyster obviously led to its decline. So that brings us up to the present, where oysters have become sort of a fine dining food. Looking at them on their menu, it is not an affordable way currently to get your protein intake. It could be, and we're slowly working on that. Right now, oysters are making a comeback, and it's not just because they taste good. Oysters are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They're loaded with zinc, almost more than anything else you can eat. They've got omega-3s for your heart and your brain, B12, iron, protein, and they're all natural. No processing, no shortcuts. That's real food. In the future, we're going to have a lot more technology and input from universities, colleges, entrepreneurs, and people that understand technology that I could never comprehend. And we're using the internet. That's one thing about the future, man. The internet was never accounted for in any of these calculations. I love oysters. So here's what people don't know. Oysters filter 50 gallons of water a day. 50! That's like a bathtub per oyster per day. They build reefs that protect the coastline and allow small juvenile fish to use it as a nursery so they can grow and hide from predators. And I don't mean the ones that are promoting gambling. I'm talking big fish. They build reefs that protect coastlines, create habitat for fish, and literally improve the health of the entire ecosystem. These juvenile fish that we see swimming around can swim in and out of our cages. These little holes, they keep the big fish away from them, and they can just go, whoop, I'm in here safe, whoop, let me come out and get some food, and whoop, big fish, I'm back in. And for that reason, I don't think of oysters as a product. I think of them as a solution. They don't require feed. They grow using sunlight in the natural ecosystem, and they can be farmed sustainably at scale. I truly believe we can make oysters cheaper than chicken. Oh, I do. Look at these beautiful shells, man. There's so much they can be used for. I believe in the future those are going to be utilized to do some pretty amazing things. I think that oyster farming is going to become one of the biggest tools that we have to restore our coastlines. I mean, just look at these beautiful shells. This is what we use to restore the coastline. We dry them in the sun, and then juvenile oysters attach right to them. Instead of us destroying ecosystems, we're going to build businesses that heal them. I think you're going to start seeing more small farms, more small oyster farms. I think you're going to start seeing more local food systems, community taking ownership of their water again. I know I said this was the future, but we are seeing this today. And I can only imagine it's going to get better over time. I think that oysters are going to change the way people think about food. Not just what tastes good, but what actually makes the world a better place. Oyster farming in general just really gives me a lot of hope. Look at that little beautiful plant. And then these little guys. Aww. We've got great examples of oyster restoration happening right now. This is something from the Billion Oyster Project, and they are dropping reef balls and actively healing the New York harbor. Oysters have been here long before us. They fed us, they've protected us, and they've asked for almost nothing in return. The question is, what are we gonna do now? Well, me. I'm gonna be betting on oysters. As I'm putting this together, the power of oysters is quite insane, and I just figured I'd throw this in. I was addicted to opiates for 10 years. I found something that I could become more passionate about than opiates. Is that an opiate addict? That's a crazy thought. I will have 10 years come this September, and I owe a large part of that to oysters. Thank you for so much for spending your time with us. If you could, like, share, hit all the buttons, and spread this to somebody who's in the food service industry, or somebody who's in farming, or somebody who's in tech, somebody that you think can help us realize these goals. Thank you.
Bend like a willow, bend like a willow.